Alright, what's up guys, I'm Garfloff, and today we have another Pokemon X and Y moveset video. So today we're going to be covering something I haven't done before, which is a PU moveset for a Pokemon that I like a lot. Aipom. In fact, it's shiny, which is a true mark of me liking something. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and go over the EVs really quickly, because the EVs are rather simple. You're just going to want to run max attack, max speed, and then 4 in special defense or HP. Actually, I prefer it in HP most of the time, just because HP benefits defense and special defense, although that 1 HP isn't going to be mattering very often, so I wouldn't get too worried about it. Anyways, that's about it. You also want to be running a Jolly Nature, because you want this thing as fast as possible. In PU, 85 is not too shabby. That is one of the fastest things in tier. It gets outsped by stuff such as like Perugly, Persian, Sneasel, stuff like that, stuff that's already really fast, and you're not going to be wanting to stay on those things anyways. The things that are better for dealing with those are Scarfers or another Perugly or whatever you have. So yeah, it's definitely one of the fastest things in tier. I prefer Jolly Nature max speed, but I suppose you could run Adamant if you really don't want to be outspeeding rather faster things than you are. So yeah, I said that awkwardly, but whatever, you get the idea. Next, you're gonna want to be running a Choice Band. Now this can be substituted for a Scarf if you want, but Aipom, okay, I deleted the E, didn't I there? Choice Scarf. This can be substituted for a Scarf, but it's already so fast that a Scarf's not going to be helping you. It'll really only help you outspeed stuff like Sneasel, and at a certain point, I think it's more helpful to have the boosted attack, because base 70 is a little low, even for PU. So next, we're gonna go ahead and go over the ability. Pickup is the only thing that Aipom can actually use even remotely well, because Runaway is, as you can read here, no competitive use. I bet it is the equivalent of Protean, right? No, not quite. Next, we have Skill Link. You guys should all know what Skill Link does. Cough, cough, Cinccino, cough. Cough, cough, cough. Sorry, I have such a nasty cough. So, yeah, anyways, let me just show you what moves Ambipom has, or Aipom. I'm sorry that I keep calling it Ambipom. That Aipom has to take advantage of Skill Link. I couldn't remember its name there for a second. It has, drumroll plus. That was a terrible drumroll. Anyways, it has, are you ready? Are you ready for this? It has Double Slap. Yeah. And, don't worry, we're not done yet. Fury Swipes. Yeah. Let me just put this in perspective for you. Fury Swipes does less damage than Return after hitting 5 times, and it has less accuracy. It can break through subs, so I suppose if you really hate substitutes and they're that much of an issue, and you think that you can even possibly break them with Fury Swipes, that you can run Skill Link with Fury Swipes. So if you absolutely hate substitutes and things that are really not very bulky at all are setting them up, then you could run Fury Swipes if you really want, but there still is that mischance, which is something to keep in mind. So I think Return's a little bit better. By the way, if you're wondering, why is he running Pickup instead of like Skill Link or Runaway? Because it doesn't really matter what ability he has, right? Well, Pickup actually has a purpose. Not a great purpose. It's not like super prominent or anything. But what Pickup does is if you lose your item, so let's say you go for the switcheroo on and you get rid of your Choice Band on something that you've used knockoff on, or they've used their Citrus Berry or Lumberry or whatever. So now you have no item. What Pickup can do is, let's say they switch out into something holding leftovers. Pickup, or Eviolite in PU's case, Pickup has the ability to steal their item, which is very nice. So I guess it's somewhat like Magician, except for, like, not really, and it's not guaranteed. So, I mean, it's still helpful, and it can occasionally do things. The only thing is, I guess potentially you could pick up your Choice Band after that, but I mean, whatever. If you're really afraid of that, then run one of the other 2 abilities. I just think that the prospect of Pickup could be helpful sometimes, as well as if someone knocks off your choice band and you live it. So if it's like a knockoff from something that's defensive rather than offensive. Next, we're going to go over the moves, which are fairly simple, but there are quite a few substitutes you can run for them. So I run return, obviously obligatory stab. There's not much to, like, there's no arguing with it. You're not going to not run return on an Aipom. The only thing that you can switch out for it is Fury Swipes. Don't even bother with double slap. It's like a max power of 75 and has 85 accuracy. And whereas you can substitute 5% accuracy for 15 more power, so just saying. Anyways, next we have U-turn, and U-turn is obviously helpful. So for those situations where you outspeed something and you need to get out of there right away, you go for it, but you still want damage on it, you go for U-turn. And with the choice band, U-turn should be doing quite a bit. So yeah, as well as if someone wants to like Ice Shard you on a Sneasel, which you could probably live. I have not done a calc on it. Actually, I'll do it right now for you guys. So let's go ahead and put in Aipom. I spelled that wrong. Aipom blank set, because that's probably the wrong one. 252. Why? I don't need to put those stats in. Against a Sneasel blank, I guess 252. And then, okay, so these things are generally jolly, so I don't need to put that in. And then item would be a Life Orb. How much would an Ice Shard do? Ice Shard. An Ice Shard would do 43 to 52%. So, keep that in mind. If you have Aipom in against a Sneasel, and he goes for Ice Shard, for whatever reason, let's say you're like 60% HP and he thinks he can kill you with an Ice Shard, because maybe he predicts the Scarf, then you can go for U-turn and kill it off, which is very helpful. So long as he doesn't go for Ice Punch, you should be good. Or Knockoff, for that matter. Next, you have Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch I like a lot, because when you get rid of Choice Band, it'll start helping you with return, because it doesn't have really any other reliable attack boosting moves. So Power Up Punch is the best thing, in my opinion, that it can carry. Now let's go over these substitutes for these moves. You can run Acrobatics / Aerial Ace, although those are really unreliable, and the majority of the time you're not going to be using your items, so I'd suggest Aerial Ace for that extra 5 damage. But even so, 60 base power is a little bit low, and without Technician, it's not very good. Next, you can run Brick Break, but again, it's rather low damage, and even though Power Up Punch is low, it gives you that fantastic attack boost after every turn. So Brick Break, in my opinion, not quite as good. Okay, let's see here. Next we have Gunk Shot. Gunk Shot is helpful, obviously, for the purpose of hitting fairy types and such, which there are a couple in PU, but I honestly think that these two moves have better coverage as well as more use than Gunk Shot, so I wouldn't really recommend it. But if you really hate, like, I can't remember what its name is, but the pre-evolution of Aromatisse, then, I mean, you could go ahead and use Gunk Shot. That's like the only fairy type I could think. Oh, or Granbull. Granbull. It could also work for Granbull. So, next, you could run some of the punches. Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, just for good coverage. Again, I like these moves a little bit better just because they have such a good combination of usage. But the punches definitely are helpful. The other move you can run is Knockoff, and everyone knows what Knockoff does. It's the Gen 6 of, or it's the meta of Gen 6 in a nutshell. Knockoff, knockoff, knockoff. Now, obviously not quite in PU because of the knockoff clause, so make sure if you are running Knockoff that nothing else on your team has Knockoff. Just something to keep in mind. But again, these moves work really well together. Okay, so that's really the end of the list, honestly. There are some other things you can run, but they're not very helpful on a banded set, so yeah. Obviously, the last move you want to run is Switcheroo, because you want to be able to trick this choice band, or Switcheroo, this choice band, onto things that do not want this, such as Pokemon with Eviolite, Pokemon that are trying to set up on you, and they go for it. You're faster, you go for the trick. I'm just going to call it trick. You go for the trick onto, let's say, an Ursaring going for Swords Dance or something, or Bulk Up, or whatever, and then that was a bad example, but you get the idea. And then they're locked into that. So, it's very helpful. So, that is going to be it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me if you want to use this set. I know some of you guys don't play PU and whatever, but it's still just a fun set that, I mean, it's pretty good. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.